Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Like so many of the foreign managers who have graced English club football, Ruben Amoriim sometimes has a way with words that defies the fact he is compelled to speak in a second language. And that was the way the other night. The sound of the stadium was the best ever, he said, after the scarcely believable Manchester United comeback against Lyon at Old Trafford. Some people collect shirts, scarves, but I want to keep that sound. It is the best sound in the world. It was a sound that was still ringing in these ears the following day, a reminder of the pandemonium that engulfed one of the great arenas in British sport. No one was worried about a leaky roof or crowded toilets when Harry Maguire's head heralded Bedlam. No one was worried about having a Wembley of the North or a stadium that looks like a giant circus tent. No one was worried that there were only 70-odd thousand people inside Old Trafford. That is what this stadium does for you, said Maguire. What a shame then that, amongst others, Monaco resident Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Chelsea fan Lord Sebastian Coe and Andy Burnham, an Evertonian, want this stadium done for. What a shame that none of them, not even the co-owner of the club, appeared to be there on Thursday night. If they were, they might have had a change of heart. Look, everyone gets the long-term economic reasoning behind the idea of razing Old Trafford to the ground and building a new state-of-the-art arena, and no one would deny Old Trafford, judged alongside ultra-modern arenas such as the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, looks and feels a little dated. But while I am no architect, would it really be impossible to renovate and redevelop United's current stadium, preserving the glorious sense of history that, at last, re-emerged in those incredible late scenes against Lyon? That is what they seem to have done at the Bernabeu in Madrid. To a certain extent, that is what they have done at Anfield. Some grounds are beyond redevelopment. The West Ham United owners would argue that was the case when they left Upton Park for the London Stadium. Almost indisputably, that is the case in Everton's move from Goodison Park to a riverside stadium, but even to the untrained eye, that is surely not the case at Old Trafford. It is no longer a benchmark for elite football stadia, far from it. But the fans are close to the pitch, the acoustics are good, and there is still a pervasive feeling of what has gone before. Of course, for United fans, it is easy to get sentimental about the place when the team has just put in the sort of stirring performance that was once a trademark of previous playing occupants. But the truth is that, as a stage for fantastic football matches that create an atmosphere that makes the spine tingle, there was nothing unfit for purpose about Old Trafford when Maguire administered the coup de grace against the French on Thursday. And to see it demolished would be a grim day in Manchester United's history, as Maguire and Amoriim would doubtless agree. Manchester United are into the semi-finals of the Europa League after the most dramatic of victories over Lyon on Thursday night. Harry Maguire's header in the depths of extra time ensured United came out on the right side of a 9-goal thriller at Old Trafford and kept their season alive. United will play Athletic Bilbao in the last 4 of the competition and are still holding out hopes that they could win the competition and qualify for next season's Champions League. Ruben Amoriim's side sit a lowly 14th in the Premier League, yet still have something to play for thanks to Maguire. After taking a day to recover, they will now turn their attention to facing Wolves at home on Sunday afternoon. But Amoriim has made it clear that he will prioritise the Europa League as they chase the all-important European spot for next season. The club also have one eye on the summer transfer window, when Amoriim will get the chance to reshape his squad in his own image. Here are the latest news stories involving United from United Report. Maguire has made it clear that United are short of options up front after his heroics against Lyon. Amoriim was forced to throw Maguire up front to chase goals in extra time on Thursday night, with a dearth of attacking options on his bench. This year it's not been good enough, but the players are giving everything, said Maguire. You can see we're short on attackers. We had 2 attackers in the squad in Alejandro Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund, and they gave everything. We're short on attackers. We lost Josh Zirkzee, so if the manager asks me to go up front, I'm willing to go up there. I do see myself as a threat and feel like I can score a goal. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from this game and the games to come. Marcus Rashford has been enjoying himself while out on loan with Aston Villa, and Alan Shearer would be astonished if he returned to his boyhood club in the summer. United are short of attackers, having sent Rashford, Antony and Jadon Sancho out on loan, but Shearer doesn't see a way back. I'd be astonished if there's a career for him at Manchester United, not while Amoriim's there, said Shearer on The Rest is Football podcast. He's made it clear he doesn't want him. Man United are in the mire in the Premier League, and yet he thinks to get him out of the club is the best answer. There's no way he's going back there while Amoriim's there, Gary Lineker added. He will want to prove a point, not just to Manchester United, not necessarily to the fans, but also to himself. Because he's had a bit of stick. He's had a real issue with the two most recent coaches at Manchester United. Now he's gone off. Manchester United will go all out to try and win the Europa League, even if it risks prolonging their misery in the Premier League. United face Athletic Bilbao in the semi-finals of the Europa League next month and know that victory in the final would give them a place in next season's Champions League. Amoriim made his approach for the rest of the season clear in his post-match press conference on Thursday. He said, "It is one type of moment that can change a lot of things. These kind of moments can change a lot in the player's mind. We have to be really focused on the Europa League, and we have to take a risk with the kids in the Premier League. We have to be tough on that, and the fans have to understand our focus is on the Europa League." Manchester United's plan for the summer transfer window is beginning to emerge. Ruben Amoriim is keen to complete a major overhaul of his squad, having endured an awful start to his reign. The hammering at Newcastle last week confirmed that the Red Devils would secure their lowest ever Premier League finish. They have though reached the semi-finals of the Europa League. That means that while they are 17 points adrift of the Champions League qualification spots, they do still have a chance of booking their place in Europe's top competition. The winners of the Europa League are handed an automatic spot in the league phase for next season. That would also bring in a major cash boost to the club, one they badly need if they are to rebuild Amoriim's squad. They will have to beat Athletic Bilbao to reach the final, a stern test on paper. As a result, Amoriim is drawing up plans in case his side miss out on the Champions League. One of his top targets is Southampton's Tyler Dibbling, though the relegated side are set to demand a massive £100 million for him. As a result, a move for the young attacker will only happen if qualification for the Champions League is secured. Winning the Europa League is worth around £80 million, which would seriously boost United's war chest. If they are unable to win the Europa League, ESPN claim that Amoriim has drawn up a plan B. Signing a centre-forward will be United's top priority, with Ipswich's Liam Delap their top target. As well as a new striker, it is claimed that United will also look to bolster their midfield options. Those moves would take priority over a move for Dibbling if they are unable to win the Europa League. Boss Amoriim has admitted that this summer's window is going to be a crucial one for United. He insisted the Red Devils will look to move quickly to secure their targets and ensure he has the longest possible time on the training ground. "I think it's crucial. I think we are trying to do everything as soon as possible. If you look at the schedule of teams, we will not have the Club World Cup, so that means that we are going to have a pre-season," he told Sky Sports at the start of the month. "If you look at the next years, we are going to have a World Cup, then a European Championship. So this window is going to be massive to work on our base. I think it's clear for everybody here that is going to be crucial, and we have to take advantage of that. We will not have a next pre-season. It will not be like that. So we need to do everything soon as possible to be prepared for having everybody for the pre-season to start after a season like this. We need to show something. That is not a debate. So I don't want that conversation of, we need a lot of time, we need time, maybe to win the league, but we need to improve a lot after this season." Harry Maguire admitted there was contact as he duelled with Lions Moussa Niakate before nodding home Manchester United's winner, only to wait for VAR to confirm the goal as they checked for a potential foul. Maguire's header was United's third goal in 8 minutes as they completed a remarkable comeback to down Lyon and advance into the semi-finals of the Europa League. Their centre-half became a makeshift striker as they sought to rescue the game at Old Trafford. United led 2-0, then trailed 4-2 in extra time as they faced the prospect of an embarrassing European exit against Lyon, who had 10 men. Bruno Fernandes gave them hope, Kobbie Mainoo equalised, and then Maguire came up with the winning goal. He was able to nod home despite Niakate being in close proximity, and the Lion defender went down, protesting a foul, with those on VAR reviewing it amid the crazy scenes. They eventually awarded the goal with Maguire always confident he'd done nothing wrong. He told TNT Sports, "Yes, definitely. The fourth goal for them was a sucker punch, but as soon as we got the fourth, I felt like there was going to be another chance, and obviously it fell to myself, and luckily I put it in the back of the net, and it was an amazing feeling. I think he was backpedaling, and I think I just held him there with my left hand. There was contact, obviously, but I don't think there was anywhere near enough for a foul. I saw it the ball all the way and guided it into the corner." Ruben Amoriim joked that Maguire was thrown into the final third because he was the only one who can score a header, as the United boss looked for ways to inject goals into his team, despite having no prolific goal scorers in his team or on the bench on Thursday night. United have a history of legendary comebacks on the European stage, with their final success in 1999, the most famous. Amoriim confessed that he believed as soon as Fernandes got them back into the game, as their late show kept their trophy hopes alive. "It was a great night, the team was tired, and you feel that during the game. 4-2 with one more player and you think it's over, but here, it is never over. Here everything is possible, you feel the environment. After the penalty, I felt that we could change the game.